Who can tell? Who can tell?
Will she back out and say she did not mean them?
Who can tell?
If so, there'll be the dues to pay between them.
No, no, we'll not despair. We'll not despair. For Gama would not dare to make a deadly foe of Hildebrand. And so, search throughout the panorama for a sign of royal Gama, who today should cross the water with his fascinating daughter. Ida, Ida is her name.
See you no sign of Gama?
None, my liege.
It's very odd indeed. If Gama failed to put in an appearance at our court before the sun has set in yonder west, and failed to bring the Princess Ida here, to whom our son Hilarion was betrothed at the extremely early age of 1, there's war between Gama and ourselves. Ah, Cyril, how I dread this interview. It's 20 years since he and I have met. He was a twisted monster, all awry, as though Dame Nature, angry with her work, had crumpled it in fitful petulance.
But, sir, a twisted and ungainly trunk often bears goodly fruit. Perhaps he was a kind, well-spoken gentleman.
Oh, no. For adder-like, his sting lay in his tongue. His sting is present, though his stung is past.
But stay, my liege, or yonder mountain's brow comes a small body bearing Gama's arms. And now I look more closely at it, sir, I see attached to it King Gama's legs. From which I gather this corollary, that that small body must be Gama's own.
Is the princess with him?
Well, sir, unless she's a full 6 feet high, and wears mustachios, and smokes cigars too, and rides en cavalier in coat of steel, I do not think she is.
One never knows. She's an odd girl, I've heard, and does strange things. Come, bustle there. For Gama, place the richest robes we own. For Gama, place the coarsest prison dress. For Gama, let our best spare bed be aired. For Gama, let our deepest dungeon yawn. For Gama, lay the costliest banquet out. For Gama, place cold water and dry bread. For as King Gama brings the princess here, or brings her not, so shall King Gama have much more than everything, much less than nothing. Now hearken to my strict command on every hand, on every hand.
To your command on every hand we dutifully bow.
Should Gama bring the princess here, give him good cheer, give him good cheer.
If she come here, we'll give him a cheer, and we will show you how. Hip hip hurrah, hip hip hurrah, hip hip hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. We'll shout and sing on victory, bringing his daughter to our town. We'll shout, come on, hip hip hurrah, hip 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 hurrah. For the fair princess and her good papa, hurrah.
But if he fail to keep his troth upon our oath, we'll trounce them both.
We'll trounce them both upon his oath, as sure as for today.
We'll shut him up in a dungeon cell and toll his knell on a funeral bell.
The dungeon cell, his funeral bell shall strike him with dismay. Hip hip hurrah, hip hip hurrah, hip hip hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. As up we sing the faithful singing the old familiar way. We'll shout, ha ha, hip hip hurrah, hip
Today we meet, my baby bride and I. But my hopes are balanced by my fears. What transmutations have been conjured by the silent alchemy of 20 years. Ida was a 12-month-old 20 years ago. I was twice her age, I'm told, 20 years ago. Husband twice as old as wife, argues ill for married life. Baleful prophecies were rife 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Still I was a tiny prince 20 years ago. She has gained upon me since 20 years ago. Though she's 21, it's true, I am barely 22. False and foolish prophets, you 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Well, Father, is there news for me at last?
King Gama is in sight, but much I fear, with no princess.
Alas, my liege, I've heard that the Princess Ida has forsworn the world, and with a band of women shut herself within a lonely country house, and there devotes herself to stern philosophies.
Then I should say the loss of such a wife is one to which a reasonable man would easily be reconciled.
Oh no, or I am not a reasonable man. She is my wife, has been for 20 years. I think I see her now.
Ha! Let me look!
In my mind's eye, I mean. A blushing bride, all bib and tucker, frill and fur below. How exquisite she looked as she was born recumbent in her foster mother's arms. How the bride wept, nor would be comforted until the hireling mother for the nonce administered refreshment in the vestry. And I remember feeling much annoyed that she should weep at marrying with me. Then I thought, these brides are all alike. You cry at marrying me? How much more cause you would have to cry if it were broken off? These were my thoughts. I kept them to myself. For at that age, I had not learned to speak.
From the distant panorama come the sons of royal Gama. They are heralds evidently, and are sacred consequently. Sons of Gama, hail all
We are warriors three, sons of Gama Rex. Like most sons are we, masculine in sex. Yes, 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 masculine in sex. Politics we bar, they are not our bent. On the whole we are not intelligent. No, 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 not intelligent. But with doughty heart and with trusty blade, we can play a part. Fighting is our trade. Yes, 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 fighting is our trade. Fierce and strong, ha ha, for a war we burn. With its right or wrong, ha ha, we have no concern. Order comes to fight, ha ha, order is obeyed. We are men of light, ha ha, fighting is our trade. Yes, 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 fighting is our trade, ha ha.
They are men of might, ha ha, fighting is their trade. Order comes to fight, ha ha, order is obeyed. Order comes to fight, ha ha, order is obeyed. Fighting is
Yes, 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 fighting is our trade, ha ha.
If you'll give me your attention, I will tell you what I am. I'm a genuine philanthropist. All other kinds are sham. Each little fault of temper and each social defect in my erring fellow creatures I endeavor to correct. To all their little weaknesses I open people's eyes, and little plans to snub the self-sufficient I devise. I love my fellow creatures, I do all the good I can, yet everybody says I'm such a disagreeable man, and I can't think why. To compliments inflated, I've a withering reply, and vanity I always do my best to mortify. A charitable aspect I can skillfully dissect, and interested motives I'm delighted to detect. I know everybody's income and what everybody earns, and I carefully compare it with the income tax returns. But to benefit humanity, however much I plan, yet everybody says I'm such a disagreeable man, and I can't think why. I'm sure I'm no ascetic. I'm as pleasant as can be. You'll always find me ready with a crushing repartee. I've an irritating chuckle. I've a celebrated sneer. I've an entertaining snigger. I've a fascinating leer. To everybody's prejudice, I know a thing or two. I can tell a woman's age in half a minute, and I do. But although I try to make myself as pleasant as I can, yet everybody says I'm such a disagreeable man, and I can't think why.
He can't think why.
I can't think why. So, this is Castle Hildebrand. Well. Dame Rumor whispered that the place was grand. She told me that your taste was exquisite, superb, unparalleled.
Oh, really, King?
But she's a liar. Why? How old you've grown. Oh, is this Hilarion? Ah, you've changed too. Hey, you were a singularly handsome child. Oh, are you a courtier? Now, come then, ply your trade. Tell me some lies. How do you like your king? Vile rumor says he's all but imbecile. Now, that's not true.
My lord, we love our king. His wise remarks are valued by his court as precious stones.
And for the self-same cause. Like precious stones, his sensible remarks derive their value from their scarcity. Come and tell the truth for once. Tell it of me. Oh, come, I'll harm you not. Look, this leg is crooked, or this foot is ill-designed, this shoulder wears a hump. Oh, come then, out with it. Look, here's my face. Now, am I not the worst of nature's blunders?
Nature never errs. To those who know the workings of your mind, your face and figure, sir, suggest a book appropriately bound.
Harkee, sir, how dare ye bandy words with me?
No need to bandy aught that appertains to you.
Do you permit this, King?
We are in doubt whether to treat you as an honored guest or as a traitor knave who plights his word and breaks it.
If the casting votes with me, I give it for the former.
We shall see. By the terms of our contract, signed and sealed, you are bound to bring the princess here today. Why is she not with you?
Answer me this. What think you of a wealthy, purse-proud man who, when he calls upon a starving friend, pulls out his gold and flourishes his notes and flashes diamonds in the pauper's eyes? What name have you for such an one?
A snob.
Just so. The girl has beauty, virtue, wit, grace, humor, wisdom, charity, and pluck. Would it be kindly, think you, to parade these brilliant qualities before your eyes? Oh, no, King Hildebrand, I am no snob.
Stop that tongue or you shall lose the monkey head that holds it.
Bravo. Your king deprives me of my head that he and I may meet on equal terms.
Where is she now?
In Castle Adamant, one of my many country houses. There she rules a women's university with full 100 girls who learn of her.
100 girls? 100 ecstasies?
But no mere girls, my good young gentleman. With all the college learning that you boast, the youngest there will prove a match for you.
With all my heart, if she's the prettiest. Fancy 100 matches, all alike. That's if I strike them as I hope to.
Despair your hope. Their hearts are dead to men. He who desires to gain their favor must be qualified to strike their teeming brains, and not their hearts. They're safety matches, sir, and they light only on the knowledge box, so you've no chance.
And there are no males whatever inside those walls?
None, gentlemen. Excepting the letter males, and these are driven, as males often are in other large communities, by women. Oh, bless my heart, she's so particular, she'll scarcely suffer Dr. Watts's hymns. And all the animals she owns are hers. The ladies rise at cockcrow every morn.
Ah, then they have male poultry.
Not at all. The crowing is done by an accomplished hen. Perhaps if you address the lady most politely, flatter and impress the lady most politely, humbly beg and humbly sue, she may deign to look on you, but your doing you must do. Most politely, most politely, most politely.
Humbly beg and humbly sue, she may deign to look on you, but your doing you must do. Most politely, most politely, most politely.
Go you and inform the lady most politely, if she don't, we'll storm the lady most politely, you remain as hostage here. Should Hilarion disappear, we will hang you, never fear. Most politely, most politely, most politely.
You remain as hostage here. Should Hilarion disappear, we will hang you, never fear. Most politely, most politely, most politely.
Come, Cyril, Florian, our course is plain. Tomorrow morn, fair Ida will engage, but we will use no force her love to gain. Nature has armed us for the war we wage. Expressive glances shall be our lances, and pops of celery, our light artillery, will storm their bowers with scented showers of fairest flowers that we can buy.
Oh, dainty triolet, oh, fragrant violet, oh, gentle violet, oh, little sigh, oh, sweeter melody, no mere inanity, to touch their vanity we will rely.
When day is fading with serenading, and such frivolity will prove our quality, a sweet profusion of soft allusion, this bold intrusion shall justify. This bold intrusion shall justify.
Oh, dainty triolet, oh, fragrant violet, oh, gentle violet, oh, little sigh, oh, sweeter melody, no mere inanity, to touch their vanity we will rely.
We'll charm the senses with verbal fancies, with ballads amatory and declamatory, that are healing their pretty pleading, a love exceeding will justify, a love exceeding will justify.
Oh, dainty triolet, oh, fragrant violet, oh, gentle violet, oh, little sigh, oh, sweeter melody, no mere inanity, to touch their vanity we will rely. Oh, dainty triolet, oh, fragrant violet, oh, gentle violet, oh, little sigh.
Oh, dainty triolet, oh, fragrant violet,
must we till then in prison cell be thrust?
You must!
This seems unnecessarily severe.
Here, here. For a month to dwell in a dungeon cell, growing thin and wizened in a solitary prison is a poor lookout for a soldier stout who is longing for the rattle of a complicated battle. Yes, is longing for the rattle of a complicated battle, and the rum-tum-tum of the military drum, and the guns that go boom boom. The rum-tum-tum of the military drum, rum-tum-tum, tummy, 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 tum. Longing for the rattle of a complicated battle, and the rum-tum-tum of the military drum, rum-tum-tum.
When Hilarion's bride has at length complied with the just conditions of our requisitions, you may go in haste and indulge your taste for the fascinating rattle of the complicated battle. Yes, the fascinating rattle of the complicated battle, and the rum-tum-tum, the military drum, and the guns that go boom boom.
The rum-tum-tum of the military drum, rum-tum-tum, tummy, 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 tum. Longing for the rattle of the complicated battle, and the rum-tum-tum of the military drum, tum. But till that time you'll here remain, and there we will not entertain Churchino mandate, disobey our lives, a penalty will pay. But till that time you'll here remain, and there we will not entertain Churchino mandate, disobey our lives, a penalty will pay. Churchino mandate, disobey, a penalty our lives will pay.
should she read who in classics would succeed? If you'd climb a Helicon, you should read Anacreon, Ovid's Metamorphoses, likewise Aristophanes, and the works of Juvenal. These are worth attention all. But if you would be advised, you will get them bowdlerized. We will get them bowdlerized. Pray you tell us if you can, what's the thing that's known as man? Man will swear and man will storm. Man is not at all good form. Man is of no kind of use. Man's a donkey, man's a goose. Man is coarse and man is plain. Man is more or less insane. Man's a ribald, man's a rake.
Princess Ida's list of punishments. The first is Saccharissa. She's expelled. Expelled? Expelled, because although she knew no man of any kind may pass our walls, she dared to bring a set of chessmen here.
I meant no harm. They're only men of wood.
They're men with whom you give each other mate, and that's enough. The next is Chloe. Chloe will lose 3 terms, for yesterday, while looking through her drawing book, I found a sketch of a perambulator. Double perambulator. Shameless girl. That's all at present. Now attention, pray. Your principal, the princess, comes to give her usual inaugural address to those young ladies who joined yesterday.
Mighty maiden with a mission, and of common sense, running fond of erudition, near on eloquence. We are blind and we would see. We are bold and would be free. We are dumb and we would talk. We are lame and we would walk. Mighty maiden with a mission, very one of common sense. Beyond of erudition, miracle of eloquence, Oh, God is one.
fair neophytes who thirst for such instruction as we give, attend while I unfold a parable. The elephant is mightier than man, yet man subdues him. Why? The elephant is elephantine everywhere but here. And a man whose brain is to the elephant's as woman's brains to man's shall conquer the foolish giant in the woods, just as woman in her turn shall conquer man. In mathematics, woman leads the way. The narrow-minded pedant still believes that 2 and 2 make 4. Ha! Why, we can prove, we women, household drudges as we are, that 2 and 2 make 5, or 3, or 7, or 5 and 20 if the case demands. Diplomacy. The wiliest diplomat is absolutely helpless in our hands. He wheedles monarchs, woman wheedles him. Logic. Why, tyrant man himself still admits it's a waste of time to argue with a woman. And then we excel in social qualities. Though man professes he holds our sex in utter scorn, I venture to believe he'd rather pass the day with one of you than 500 of his fellow man. In all things we excel, believing this. 100 maidens here have sworn to place their feet upon his neck. If we succeed, we'll treat him better than he treated us. But if we fail, let hope fail too. Let no one care a penny on how she looks. Let red be worn with yellow, blue with green, crimson with scarlet, violet with blue. Let all your things misfit, and you yourselves at inconvenient moments come undone. Let hairpins lose their virtue. Let the hook disdain the fascination of the eye. The bashful button modestly evade the soft embraces of a buttonhole. Let old associations all dissolve. Let Neiman secede from Marcus, Nord from Strum, Lord from Taylor, Gilbert from Sullivan. In other words, let chaos come again. Who lectures in the Hall of Arts today?
I, madam, on abstract philosophy. There I can propose to consider at length 3 points: the is, the might be, and the must. Whether the is, from being actual fact, is more important than the vague might be, or the might be, from taking wider scope, is for that reason greater than the is. And lastly, how the is and might be stand compared with the inevitable must.
The subject's deep. How do you treat it, pray?
Madam, I take 3 possibilities and strike a balance then between the 3, as thus. The Princess Ida is our head. The Lady Psyche might be. Lady Blanche, neglected Blanche, inevitably must. Given these 3 hypotheses, to find the actual betting against each of them.
Your theme's ambitious. Pray you bear in mind who highest saw fall farthest. Fare you well, you and your pupils. Ladies, follow me.
And lost to every eye of every kind of lore, in search of wisdom to the eyes ambitiously we soar, and our knowledge repose as we mutually impart. We mutually impart.
I should command here. I was born to rule. But do I rule? I don't. Why? I don't know. I shall someday. Not yet. I bide my time. I once was someone, and the was will be. The present as we speak becomes the past. The past repeats itself, and so is future. This sounds involved. It's not. It's right enough. Come, mighty must, inevitable shall. In thee I trust. Time weaves my corona. Go mocking ease. Go disappointing was that I am these. Ye are the cursed cause. Ye are the cursed cause. Yet humble second shall be first, I ween, and dead and buried be the cursed has been. Oh, weak might be, oh, may might, could, would, should, oh, policy, for evil or for good, in every sense, your moods I cheerless call. Whate'er your tense, ye are imperfect. Oh, ye have deceived the trust I've shown in ye. Ye have deceived the trust I've shown in ye. I've shown in ye. The mighty must alone shall be.
Gently, gently, evidently, we are safe so far. After scaling, fence and paling, here at last we are.
In this college, useful knowledge everywhere one finds, and already growing steady, we've enlarged our minds.
We've learn that prickly cactus has the power to attract us when we fall.
When we fall.
That nothing man unsettles like a bed of stinging nettles, short or tall.
Short or tall.
That bulldogs feed on throttles, that we don't like broken bottles on a wall. On a wall.
That spring guns breathe defiance, and that burglary's a science after all.
After all.
A woman's college, maddest folly going. What can girls learn within these walls worth knowing? I lay a crown, the princess shall decide it. I'll teach them twice as much in half an hour outside it.
Harsh scoffer, ere you sound your puny thunder, list to their aims and bow your head in wonder. They intend to send a wire to the moon.
To the moon.
And they'll set the Thames on fire very soon.
Very soon.
Then they'll learn to make some purses with their rigs.
With their rings.
From the ears of Lady Circe's piggy wigs.
Piggy wigs.
And weasels at their slumbers they trepan.
They trepan.
To get sunbeams from cucumbers they've a plan.
They've a plan.
They've a firmly rooted notion they can cross the polar ocean, and they'll find perpetual motion if they can.
If they can. These are the phenomena that every pretty domino is hoping at a university we shall see. These are the phenomena that every pretty domino is hoping at a university we shall see.
As for fashion, they forswear it, so they say.
So they say.
And the circle, they will square it some fine day.
Some fine day.
And the little pigs they're teaching for to fly.
For to fly.
And they'll practice what they're preaching by and by.
By and by.
Each newly joined aspirant to the clan.
To the clan.
Must repudiate the tyrant known as man.
Known as man.
They mock at him and flout him, for they do not care about him, and they're going to do without him if they can.
If they can. These are the phenomena that every pretty domino is hoping at a university we shall see. These are the phenomena that every pretty domino is hoping at a university we shall see. In this college useful knowledge everywhere all finds, and already growing steady we've enlarged our minds. We've enlarged our minds.
So this is the Princess Ida's castle. Well, they must be lovely girls indeed if it requires walls such as these to keep intruders off.
To keep men off is only half their charge. I much suspect the object of these walls is not so much to keep men off, but to keep the maidens in.
But what are these?
Hi. Academic robes. Worn by the lady undergraduates when they matriculate. Let's try them on. I see. We're covered to the very toes. Three lovely lady undergraduates, weary of the world in all its wooing,
And penitent for deeds there's no undoing.
Looked at askance by well-conducted maids, seek sanctuary in these classic shades.
I am a maiden cold and stately, heartless I with a face divine. What do I want with a heart innately? Every heart I meet is mine. Every heart I meet is mine, is mine.
Haughty, humble, coy or free, little care I what may be, so that a maid is fair to see, and every maid is a maid for me.
I am a maiden frank and simple, brimming with joyous roguery. Merriment lurks in every dimple. Nobody breaks more hearts than I. Nobody breaks more hearts than I.
Haughty, humble, coy or free, little care I what maid may be, so that a maid is fair to see, every maid is a maid for me.
I am the maiden coyly blushing, timid am I as a startled hind. Every suitor sets me flashing, every suitor sets me flashing. I am the maid that wins mankind.
Haughty, humble, coy or free, little care I what maid may be, so that a maid is fair to see, every maid is a maid for me. Haughty, humble, coy or free, little care I what maid may be, so that a maid is fair to see, and every maid is a maid for me.
But who comes here? The princess, as I live. What shall we do?
Why, we must brave it out.
Madam, accept our humblest reverence.
We greet you, ladies. What would you with us?
We are 3 students, ma'am. 3 well-born maids of liberal estate who wish to join this university.
If, as you say, you wish to join our ranks and will subscribe to all our rules, 'tis well.
To all your rules, we cheerfully subscribe.
You say you're noble women. Well, you'll find no sham degrees for noble women here. You'll find no sizers here, or servitors, or other cruel distinctions meant to draw a line twixt rich and poor. You'll find no tufts to mark nobility, except such tufts as indicate nobility of brain. As for your fellow students, mark me well. There are 100 maids within these walls, all good, all learned, all beautiful. They are prepared to love you. Do you swear to give the fullness of your love to them?
Upon our words and honors, ma'am.
We will.
But we go further. Will you undertake that you will never marry any man?
Indeed, we never will.
Consider well, you must prefer our maids to all mankind.
Oh, to all mankind, we must prefer your maids.
We should be dolts indeed if we did not, seeing how fair.
Take care, that's rather strong.
But have you left no lovers at your home who may pursue you here?
No, madam, none. We are homely ladies, as no doubt you see, and we have never fished for lovers' love. We smile at girls who deck themselves with gems, false hair, and meretricious ornaments, but do not imitate them. What we have of hair is all our own. Our color, too, unladylike, but not unwomanly, is nature's handiwork, and man has learned to reckon nature an impertinence.
Well, beauty counts not within these walls. If all you say is true, you will pass with us a happy, happy time.
If, as you say, 100 lovely maidens wait within to welcome us with smiles and open arms, I think there's very little doubt we shall.
In faith, the plunge is taken, gentlemen. For willy-nilly, we are maidens now.
And maids against our will we must remain.
These ladies are unseemly in their mirth.
Hilarion, here's a catastrophe. This is my sister. So remember me, though years have passed since she and I have met.
Then make a virtue of necessity and trust our secret to her gentle care.
Psyche! Why, don't you know me? Florian!
Why, Florian? Oh, my dear! But what are you doing here? And who are these?
I am that Prince Hilarion to whom your princess is betrothed. I come to claim her plighted love. Your brother Florian and Cyril came to see me safely through.
The Prince Hilarion. Cyril? How strange. My earliest playfellows.
Why, let me look. Are you that learned little Psyche who at school alarmed her mates by calling a buttercup ranunculus bulbosus?
Are you that lady Psyche who at children's parties drove the conjurer wild explaining all his tricks before he did them?
Are you that learned little Psyche who at dinner parties brought into dessert would tackle visitors with,
You don't know who first determined longitude? I do. Hipparchus was.
BC 163? Are you indeed that small phenomenon?
That small phenomenon indeed am I. But, gentlemen, 'tis death to enter here. We have all promised to renounce mankind.
Renounce mankind? On what ground do you base this senseless resolution?
Senseless? No. We are all taught, and being taught, believe, that man, sprung from an ape, is ape at heart.
That's rather strong.
The truth is always strong. radiant as the sun. The ape was a most unsightly one. The ape was a most unsightly one. So it would not do. His skin fell through. For the maid, when his love took formal shape, expressed such terror at his monstrous error that he stammered an apology and made his escape. The picture of a disconcerted ape. With a view to rise in the social scale, he shaved his bristles and he docked his tail. He grew mustaches and he took his tub, and he paid a guinea to a toilet club. He paid a guinea to a toilet club, but it would not do. The skin fell through, for the maid was beauty's fairest queen, with golden tresses like a real princess's, while the ape, despite his razor keen, was the apiest ape that ever was seen. He bought white ties and he bought dress suits. He crammed his feet into bright tight boots. And to start in life on a brand new plan, he christened himself Darwinian Man. He christened himself Darwinian Man. But it would not do. The skin fell through. For the maiden fair whom the monkey craved was a radiant being with a brain for seeing more the Darwinian Man the world behaved. At best is only a monkey shade.
For the maiden fair whom the monkey craved was a radiant being with a brain for seeing while the Darwinian Man the world behaved. At best is only a monkey shaved.
Oh, Lady Psyche! What? Oh, you heard us then? All is lost.
Oh, fear not. I'll breathe no word. Oh, how marvelously strange. And are you indeed young men?
Well, just now we are, but hope by dint of study in course of time to become young women.
Oh, no, don't do that, no. Oh, is this indeed a man? Oh, I've often heard of them, but till today never set eyes on one. Oh, they told me men were hideous, idiotic and deformed. Why, they're just as beautiful as women are. As beautiful, they're infinitely more so. Oh, their cheeks have not that pulpy softness one gets so weary of in womankind. Oh, and their features are more marked. Oh, and their chins. How curious.
I fear it's rather rough.
Oh, don't apologize. I like it so.
The woman of the wisest wit may sometimes be mistaken, oh. In Ida's views, I must admit, my faith is somewhat shaken, oh.
On every other point than this, her learning is untainted, oh. But man's a theme with which she is entirely unacquainted, oh. Acquainted, oh, entirely unacquainted, oh.
Then jump for joy and gaily bound. The truth is found, the truth is found. The bells are ringing through the air, in here and there and everywhere, and echo forth the joyous sound. The truth is found, the truth is found, and echo forth the joyous sound. The truth is found, the truth is found, and echo forth the joyous sound. The truth is found, the truth is found.
My natural instinct teaches me, and instinct is important, oh. You're everything you want to be, and nothing that you oughtn't, oh.
And that was seen at once by you in casual conversation, oh, which is most creditable to your powers of observation, oh. Observation, oh, observation, oh, your powers of observation, oh. Then jump for joy and gaily bound.
the truth is found, the truth is found. Such bells are ringing through the air, ring here and there and everywhere, and echo forth the joyous sound. The truth is found, the truth is found, and echo forth the joyous sound. The truth is found, the truth is found, and echo forth the joyous sound. The truth is found, the truth is found.
Here, a word with you. Those are the 3 new students.
Yes, they are. Oh, they're lovely girls.
Particularly so. So graceful, so very womanly. So skilled in our girls' accomplishments.
Yes, very skilled.
They sing so nicely, too.
Oh, they do sing nicely.
It's very odd. 2 are tenors and 1 is a baritone.
They've all got colds.
Colds? Bah, do you think I'm blind? These girls are men disguised.
Oh, no, you wrong these gentlemen. Oh, I mean,
Why, these are men, and you knew this, you minx.
Oh, spare them. They are gentlemen indeed. The Prince Hilarion married years ago to the Princess Ida with 2 trusted friends. Consider, Mother. He's her husband now. Has been 20 years. Consider, too, you're only second here. You should be first. Assist the prince in his plan to gain the Princess Ida, and you will be first. You'll design all the fashions. Think of that. And always dole out all the punishments. Oh, the scheme is harmless, Mother. Wink at it.
The prospect's tempting. Well, I'll try, though I've not winked at anything for years. 'Tis but one step towards my destiny. The mighty must, the inevitable shall.
Now, wouldn't you like to rule the roast and guide this university?
I must agree 'twould pleasant be, sing hey a proper pride.
And wouldn't you like to clear the coast of malice and perversity?
Without a doubt I'd bundle them out, sing hey when I preside. Sing hey, sing hoity-toity, so
safe, for a time at least.
Melissa, come.
Oh, sir, oh, you must away from here at once. Oh, my mother guessed your sex. It was my fault. I blushed and stammered so she would exclaim, why can these be men? And then, why these are men, she would have said, but our men got stuck in her throat. She keeps your secret, sir, for reasons of her own, but fly from this place and take me with you. Oh, that is, no, not that.
I'll go, but not without you. What's that?
Oh, it's the luncheon bell.
I'll wait for luncheon then.
Merrily ring the luncheon bell, merrily ring the luncheon bell. Here in meadow asphodel, feast we body and mind as well. Merrily ring the luncheon bell, merrily ring the luncheon bell. Oh, merrily ring the luncheon bell, the luncheon bell.
Hunger, I beg to state, is highly indelicate. This is a fact profoundly true. So learn your appetite to subdue.
Yes, yes, we'll learn our appetites to subdue.
Madam, your words so wise, nobody should despise. Cursed with an appetite keen I am, but I'll subdue it. I'll subdue it. I'll subdue it with cold roast lamb.
Yes, yes, we'll subdue it with cold roast lamb. Merrily ring the luncheon bell, merrily ring the luncheon bell. Oh, merrily ring the luncheon bell, the luncheon
You say you know the court of Hildebrand. There's a prince there. I forget his name.
Hilarion,
Exactly. Is he well?
if it be well to droop and pine and mope, to sigh, oh, Ida, Ida, all day long. Ida, my love, Ida, my life, come to me. If it be well, I say, to do all this, then Prince Hilarion is very well.
He breathes our name? Well, it is a common one. And is the booby comely?
Oh, pretty well. I've heard it said that if I dressed myself in Prince Hilarion's clothes, supposing this consisted with my maiden modesty, I might be taken for Hilarion's self. But what is this to you and me, who think of all mankind with undisguised contempt?
Contempt? Why, damsel, when I think of man, contempt is not the word.
I'm sure of that. Or, if it is, it surely should not be.
Be quiet, idiot, or they'll find us out.
The Prince Hilarion's a goodly lad.
You know him then?
I rather think I do. We are inseparables.
Why, what's this? You love him then?
We do indeed, all three.
Madam, she jests. Remember where you are.
Just not at all. Why, bless my heart alive. You and Hilarion, when at the court, rode the same horse.
Astride?
Of course. Why not? Wore the same clothes and once or twice, I think, got tipsy in the same good company.
Well, these are nice young ladies.
Don't you remember that old kissing song he'd sing to blushing Mistress Lalaja, the hostess of the pigeons? Thus it ran. Would you know the kind of maid sets my heart aflame? Our eyes must be downcast and staid, cheeks must blush for shame. She may neither dance nor sing, but demure in everything. Hang her head in modest way with pouting lips, that seem to say, oh, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, though I die of shame. Please you, that's the kind of maid sets my heart aflame. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, though I die of shame. Please you, that's the kind of maid sets my heart aflame. When a maid is bold and gay, with a tongue goes clang, flaunting it in brave array, maiden may go hang. Sunflower gay and hollyhock, never shall my garden stock. Mind the blushing rose of May, with pouting lips that seem to say, oh, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, though I die of shame. Please you, that's the kind of maid sets my heart aflame. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, though I die of shame. Please you, that's the kind of maid sets my heart aflame.
Infamous creature, get you hence away!
Dog, there's something more to sing about.
Hilarion, are you mad?
Hilarion! Why, these are men! False traitors, done! Dogs, get you hence! Mad monsters, if you dare take one more step! Oh, save her, sir!
It's useless, sir. You only catch her death.
He catches her!
Oh, he lets her go! Oh, then she's in his hand!
But now she's not! He seizes her back hair!
And he comes off.
No, she's saved! She's saved! No, she's saved!
Oh, joy, the ship is in by Hilarion's hand. The torrent feels he braved and brought us safe to land. For his intrusion we must own his bounty deep may well atone.
Stand forth, three! Who have you been? And hearken to her stern decree!
Have mercy, O lady.
Have mercy.
I know not mercy, men in women's clothes, the man of sacrilegious eyes, in vain or strict seclusion dies, arrest these concentrating spies.
Have mercy, O lady, disregard your rules.
I know not mercy, men in women's clothes.
Whom thou hast chained must wear his chain, thou canst not set him free. He wrestles with his bonds in vain, who lives by loving thee. If heart of stone for heart of fire be all thou hast to give, if dead to me my heart's desire, why should I wish to live?
Have mercy, O lady.
No word of thine, no stern command can teach my heart to rove. Then rather perish by thy hand than live without thy love. A loveless life apart from thee were hopeless slavery. Were hopeless slavery. If kindly death will set me free, why should I fear to die? If kindly death
Have mercy.
will
Without the castle walls and armed band, demands admittance to our halls for Hildebrand. Deny them, we will defy them. Too late, the castle is battered by them.
Walls and fences scaling promptly we appear. Walls are unavailing, we have entered here. Female execration, stifle if you're wise. Stop your lamentation, dry your pretty eyes. Oh, stop your lamentation, dry your pretty, pretty eyes.
Shed a shameful tear. Man has entered here. Walls are unavailing.
Walls and fences scaling promptly we appear. Walls are unavailing, we have entered here. Female execration, stifle if you're wise. Stop your lamentation, dry your pretty eyes. Oh, stop your lamentation, dry your female execration.
Audacious tyrant! Do you dare to beard a maiden in her lair?
Since you inquire, we've no desire to beard a maiden here or anywhere.
No, we've no desire to beard a maiden here or anywhere. No, 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 no.
Some years ago, no doubt you know, and if you don't, I'll tell you so. You gave your troth upon your oath to Hilarion, my son. A vow you make you must not break. If you think you may, it's a great mistake. For a bride's a bride, though the knot were tied at the early age of 1. A vow you make you must not break. If you think you may, it's a great mistake. For a bride's a bride, though the knot were tied at the early age of 1. And I'm a peppery kind of king who's indisposed to parleying, to fit the wit of a bit of a chit, and that's the long and the short of it.
Oh, he's a peppery kind of king who's indisposed for partying, to fit the wit of a bit of a chit, and that's the long and short of it.
If you decide to pocket your pride and let Hilarion claim his bride, why, well and good, we understood, we'll let bygones go by. But if you choose to sulk in the blues, I'll make the whole of you shake in your shoes. I'll storm your walls and level your halls in a twinkling of an eye. But if you choose to shake in the blues, I'll make the whole of you shake in your shoes. I'll storm your walls and level your halls in the twinkling of an eye. For I'm a peppery potentate who's little inclined his claim to bait, to fit the wit of a bit of a chit, and that's the long and the short of it.
He's a peppery potentate who's little inclined his claim to bait, to fit the wit of a bit of a chit, and that's the long and the short of it.
We may remark, though nothing can dismay us, that if you thwart this gentleman, he'll slay us. We don't fear death, of course we're taught to shame it, but still upon the whole we thought we'd name it. Yes, 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 better perhaps to name it. Our interest we would not press with chatter. 3 hulking brothers, more or less, don't matter. If you pooh-pooh this monarch's plan, pooh-pooh it. But when he says he'll hang a man, he'll do it. Yes, 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 devil doubt he'll do it. mind.
I'd rather think I dare, but never mind. Enough of parley. As a special boon, we give you till tomorrow afternoon.
No, never mind.
Release Hilarion then, and be his bride, or you'll incur the guilt of fratricide.
To yield at once to such a fool with shame arrive. So quick, away with him, for all he saved my life. Not is fair and strong and tall, is very evident all. Yet I will die, before I call myself his wife.
And
wanted to display, but to tell the truth untarnished, we are more inclined to say, please, you do not hurt us.
Do not hurt us, if it please you.
Please, you let us be.
Let us be. Let us be.
Soldiers disconcert us.
Disconcert us, if it please you.
Frightened maids are we.
Maids are we. Maids are we.
Please, you.
Do not hurt us.
Please, you.
Let us be. Frightened maids are we. Frightened maids are we.
But would be an error to confess a terror. So in I's name, boldly we exclaim,
Dare to be maiden, strike a deadly blow. As an old crusader, strong his maiden foe.
I like your spirit, girls. We have to meet stern, bearded warriors in a fight today. We're not, but what is necessary to preserve your dignity before their eyes and give your limbs full play.
One moment, ma'am. Here is a paradox we should not pass without inquiry. We are prone to say this thing is needful, that superfluous. Yet they invariably coexist. We find the needful comprehended in the circle of the grand superfluous. Yet the superfluous cannot be bought unless you're amply furnished with the needful. These singular considerations are
Superfluous, yet not needful. So you see, the terms may independently exist. Women of adamant, we have to show that we women, educated to the task, can meet man face to face on his own ground and beat him there. Now, let us set to work. Where is our lady surgeon?
Madam, here.
We shall require your skill to heal the wounds of those that fall.
What? Heal the wounded?
Yes,
And cut off real live legs and arms?
of course.
I wouldn't do it for £1,000.
Why, how is this? Are you faint-hearted, girl? You often cut them off in theory.
In theory, I'll cut them off again with pleasure and often as you like, but not in practice.
Coward, get you hence. I've craft enough for that and courage too. I will do your work. My fusiliers advance. Why, you are armed with axes, gilded toys. Where are your rifles, pray?
Please you, ma'am. We left them in the armory for fear that in the heat and turmoil of the fight, they might go off.
They might! Oh, craven souls, go off yourselves! Thank heaven I have a heart that quails not at the thought of meeting men. I will discharge your rifles. Off with you! Where's my band mistress?
Please you, ma'am. The band do not feel well today and can't come out.
Why, this is flat rebellion! But I have no time to talk to them just now. But happily I can play several instruments at once. And I will drown the shrieks of those that fall with trumpet music such as soldiers love. How are we with respect to gunpowder? My Lady Psyche, you who superintend the laboratory, are you well prepared to blow these bearded rascals to shreds?
Why, madam,
Well,
let us try gentler means.
We can dispense with fulminating grains while we have eyes with which to flash our rage. We can dispense with villainous saltpeter while we have tongues with which to blow them up. We can dispense, in short, with all the arts that brutalize the practical polemist.
I never knew more dispensing chemist. Away! Away! I will meet these men alone, since all my women have deserted me.
Death to the invader! Strike a deadly blow! As the Lord Crusader struck his pagan foe!
So fails my cherished plans. So fails my faith. And with it hope. And all that comes of hope.
I built upon a rock, but here destruction's high.
Your father and your brothers claim an audience.
What do they do here?
They come to fight for you.
Admit them.
Infamous. One's brothers, ma'am, are men.
So I have heard. But since all my women seem to fail me when I need them most, in this emergency, even one's brothers may be turned to use.
My daughter.
Father, thou art free?
Aye, free. Free as a tethered ass. I come to thee with words from Hildebrand. Those duly given, I must return to black captivity. I'm free so far.
Your message.
Hildebrand is loath to war with women. Pit my sons, my 3 brave sons, against these popinjays, these tufted jackadandy featherheads. And on the issue, let thy hand depend.
Insult on insult's head! Are we a stake for fighting men? What fiend possesses thee, that thou hast come with offers such as these, from such as he to such as one as I?
I am possessed by a pale devil of a shaking heart. My stubborn will is bent. I dare not face that devilish monarch's black malignity. He tortures me with torments worse than death. I haven't anything to grumble at. He finds out what particular meats I love and gives me them. The very choicest wines, the costliest robes, the richest rooms are mine. He suffers none to thwart my simplest plan and gives strict orders none should contradict me. He's made my life a curse.
My poor old father.
Whene'er I spoke sarcastic joke replete with malice spiteful, these people might politely smile and noted me delightful. Now when a white sits up all night, ill-natured jokes devising, and all his wiles are met with smiles, it's hard, there's no disguising. Oh, don't the days seem lank and long when all goes right and nothing goes wrong? And isn't your life extremely flat with nothing whatever to grumble at?
Oh, isn't your life extremely flat with nothing whatever to grumble at?
When German bands with music stands played Wagner imperfectly, I bade them go, they didn't say no, but off they went directly. The organ boys, they stopped their noise with readiness surprising, and grinning herds of hurdy-gurds retired apologizing. Oh, don't the days seem lank and long when all goes right and nothing goes wrong? And isn't your life extremely flat with nothing whatever to grumble at?
Oh, isn't your life extremely flat with nothing whatever to grumble at?
I offered gold in sums untold to all who contradict me. I said I'd pay £1 a day to anyone who kicked me. I bribed with boys, great vulgar boys, to utter something spiteful, but bless them, no, they would be circumhandedly politeful. Oh. In short, these aggravating lads, they tickle my taste, they feed my fads, they give me this and they give me that, and I've nothing whatever to grumble at.
Oh, isn't your life extremely flat with nothing whatever to grumble at?
My poor tortured father. How he must have suffered. Well, I yield.
She yields. I'm saved. I'm saved.
Open the gates, admit these warriors, then get you all within the castle walls.
When anger spreads its wing, and all seems dark as night for it, there's nothing but to fight for it. But ere you quit your ring, select a pretty sight for it. This sought is suited quite for it. And then you gaily sing, and then you gaily sing. Oh, I love the jolly rattle of the cordial by battle. There's an end of tingle tattle when your enemy is dead. It's an Arab mollycoddle, feels a crack upon his noddle, and he's only fit to swaddle in a downy feather's head. Oh, I love the jolly rattle of the cordial by battle. There's an end of tingle tattle when your enemy is dead. There's an Arab mollycoddle, feels a crack upon his noddle, and he's only fit to swaddle in a downy feather's head. Oh, I find some kind of thing that I want to look upon, then let us sing on with our King and some
Hilarion? Cyril? Florian? Dressed as women? Is this indeed Hilarion?
Yes, it is.
Why? You look quite handsome in your women's clothes. Stick to them. Man's attire becomes you not. And you, young ladies, will you please to pray King Hildebrand to set me free again? Hang on his neck and gaze into his eyes. Oh, he never could resist a pretty face.
You dog. You'll find though I wear women's garb, my sword is long and sharp.
Harsh, pretty one. Here's a virago, here's a ptarmigan. If length and sharpness go for anything, you'll want no sword while you can wag your tongue.
What need to waste your words on such as he? He's old and crippled.
Aye. But of 3 sons? Fine fellows. Young, brave, and muscular. They're well worth talking to. Come, what do you say?
Aye, pretty ones, engage yourselves with us. If 3 rude warriors affright you not.
Old as you are, I would wring your shriveled neck if you were not the Princess Ida's father.
If I were not the Princess Ida's father, and so had not her brothers for my sons, no doubt you'd wring my neck. In safety, too. Oh, come, Hilarion. Begin. Give them no quarter, they will give you none. You've this advantage over warriors who kill their country's enemies for pay. You know what you're fighting for. Look there.
This helmet, I suppose, was meant to ward off blows. It's very hot and weighs a lot, as many a guardsman knows, as many a guardsman knows, as many a guardsman knows, as many a guardsman knows. So off that helmet goes.
Yes, 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 so off that helmet goes.
This tight-fitting cuirass is but a useless mass. It's made of steel and weighs a deal. This tight-fitting cuirass is but a useless mass. A man is but an ass who fights in a cuirass. So off goes that cuirass.
Yes, 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 so off goes that cuirass.
These brassets, truth to tell, may look uncommon well, but in a fight they're much too tight. They're like a lobster shell, they're like a lobster shell.
Yes, 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 they're like a lobster shell.
These things I treat the same, I quite forget their name. They turn one's legs to cribbage pegs. Their aid I thus disclaim. Their aid I thus disclaim.
My brothers all lie bleeding there. Bind up their wounds. But look the other way. Is this then the end? How say you, Lady Blanche? Can I with dignity my post resign? And if I do, will you then take my place?
To answer this, it's meet we consult the great potential mysteries. I mean the 5 subjunctive possibilities. The may, the might, the would, the could, the should. Can you resign? The prince may claim you. If he might, you could. And if you should, I would.
I thought as much. Then to my fate I yield. So ends my cherished scheme. Oh, I'd hope to band all maiden with my wind throng and make them all abjure tyrannic man.
Noble aim.
You ridicule it now. But if I'd carried out this glorious scheme, at my name posterity would bow in gratitude.
But pray, reflect. If you enlist all women in your cause and make them all abjure tyrannic man, the obvious question then arises. How is this posterity to be provided?
I never thought of that. My Lady Blanche, how do you solve the riddle?
Don't ask me. Abstract philosophy won't answer it. Take him. He is your shall. Give in to fate.
And you desert me. I alone am staunch.
Madam, you have placed your trust in woman. A woman has failed you utterly. Try, man. Give him one chance. It's only fair. Besides, women are far too precious, too divine to try unproven theories upon. Experiments, the proverb says, are tried on humble subjects. Try our grosser clay and mold it as you will.
Remember too, dear madam, if at any time you feel weary of the prince, you can return to Castle Adamant and roll your girls as heretofore, you know.
And shall I find the Lady Psyche here?
If Cyril man does not behave, I think you will.
And you, Melissa, shall I find you here?
Madam, however Florian turns out, unhesitatingly I answer no.
Consider this, my love. If your mamma had looked on matters from your point of view, I wish she had. Why, where would you be now?
There's an unbounded field of speculation on which I could discourse for hours.
No doubt. We will not trouble you. Hilarion, I have been wrong. I see my error now. Take me, Hilarion. We will walk the world, yoked in all exercise of noble end. And so through these dark gates, across the wild, that no man knows. Indeed, I love thee. Come.
With joy abiding, together gliding, the nice variety in sweet society, and thus enthroning the love I'm owning, on this atoning I will rely.
Vanity for humanity to free us, vanity the sway of love. In no locality or principality is our mortality sway above.
When day is fading with serenading and such frivolity of tender quality, with scented showers of fairest flowers, the happy hours will gaily fly. The happy hours will gaily fly.
It's a profanity for poor humanity.
Will she back out and say she did not mean them?
Who can tell?
If so, there'll be the dues to pay between them.
No, no, we'll not despair. We'll not despair.